Welcome to the Pool Nation Podcast, where it's all pool talk. And we ain't talking about netting and jetting or splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. We talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. Now let's welcome your host, with over a decade of industry insider experience and still the reigning champion of Marco Polo, Edgar de Jesus, and his co-host, John JJ Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and Zac the Pool Boy Nicholas.
Welcome, everyone, to the Pool Nation Live podcast with myself, your host, Edgar de Jesus. And yes, I am the reigning champion of Marco Polo, along with John JJ Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and the famous Zac, the Pool Boy Nicholas. Today, we're talking about and announcing the Pool Nation Award nominees for 2022. I want to welcome everyone to our live podcast, the podcast where it's all pool talk. And we ain't talking about netting and jetting or splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. And yes, we will talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. But before we get started today, I want to thank all of our amazing sponsors for this podcast, the Ultimate Pool Tools, the SPPA, poolinvoice.com, Blueray XL, AquaStar Pool Products, and Pivot Pool Products. We want to thank them for their continued support. Bam. I don't know if you two noticed there, baby, but boom, I nailed it.
You did.
Nice.
I nailed it.
You would think after like 5,000 episodes.
That one was for you, John, for calling me out on the last one that I just like totally botched it up. Boom. I practiced that one last night. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Zac, good morning. How you doing?
I'm trying to find some of that energy that you have. I slept like a rock last night. I got home around 6 p.m. and it was game over. But I had a great time in Dallas at the nomination event. And I also got to catch the grand opening of one of the Texas pool supply branches out there in Frisco. And that was actually a really cool event. They had food truck and band and all the vendors. And the awesome thing about it is the vendors were all set up inside the warehouse. So you didn't have to sit outside in the heat and sweat. So it's pretty cool to catch that. And then I boogied home after that.
What time did you get home?
So I got home at like 6. For everyone that's ever ridden with me, I drive like a grandma.
He totally does, John. Like totally. Like we were driving somewhere and I'm in the pickup truck. I'm doing 70, which is the speed. And he's doing probably like 62. And I'm having to slow down, go in front of him. And then I go to pass another car and I go in front and I pass the car and he just stays behind the other car. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, the freeway says 70. Do 70, dude.
Let me send you a picture of my auto insurance bill and you'll understand why.
That's true. That makes sense. But dude, you could do the speed limit and not get a ticket. I just want you to know.
Actually, it's safer.
And especially in Texas, right, John? Like people are like on you.
Oh, Texas are crazy, dude. Dude, when the first time we went to Texas, it was like, what? They do not mess around when they drive. And you're kind of like, I'm thinking like, shit, am I on the Autobahn? You know what I mean? People are just like rolling that. Crazy.
It's true. Like I'll be doing, so the freeways out here are 70. I'll be doing like 75, 78. And there's cars just passing me, just zoom, zoom, zoom. I'm like, what the heck? But anyways, John, good morning. How you doing, bud?
Good morning. To segue off of what Zac said about sleeping like a rock. For me, I had the complete opposite experience, I think, for the first time in my life. For those of you that are actually watching, I'm sure you can see how destroyed I look right now, but I'm struggling this morning, and I usually sleep like a rock, and there is nothing that can prevent me from sleeping. And when I go to bed, I go to bed, and that's it. It doesn't matter where I sleep or what I do. And I think for like the past year or so, my body's changed a little bit, and I guess we chalk it up to old age, but we've gone through. If you can picture my bedroom and this is weird, but just think of here, my bedroom, and we have 3 mattresses in my bedroom, 1 on our bed. And then we have like 2 on the floor. And for the past year, we've been like rotating through different mattresses, different setups, different pillow tops, different covers, different everything, because I would go to bed, and Janie also, and I would sleep fine. But when I woke up, my back would be killing me, and I'd be like, oh my God, I'm like, Jesus. I feel like the Tin Man on Wizard of Oz, and I'm hurting. So I'd rotate and go through different things and try to figure out, we got to figure something out here. And the last, I don't know, week or so, I ended up on the floor with just like a 2-inch pillow top thing folded over. And it was really stiff and like firm, right, on the floor. But I slept the best I've ever slept as far as waking up and feeling good. So I'm like, okay, wow, this is actually cool. But in the meantime, about a week ago, we've been going mattress shopping, and Janie found a mattress, and we laid on it, and it felt decent at the showroom. So we ordered it, and it finally got delivered yesterday. And Janie's like, I'm so excited because I haven't been able to sleep, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, great. Came in, this custom crazy mattress, even has the person who built it or designed it or made it by hand, their signature on it. And I'm like, okay, this is supposed to be a great mattress. So important. I lay down on it, and I had the worst sleep I've had in my life. I woke up every 45 minutes looking at it. So today I am just, and I mean, I was so angry that, and I don't mean to ramble on about this, but it's important to me. So I need to get it off my chest here.
Is that because you have buyer's remorse?
Oh, dude, I'm so pissed. Dude, I'm so pissed right now. And it's funny. Janie and I would start on one bed, and then I'd wake up, and then Janie would like rotate to another bed, or then she'd end up on the couch, or I'd end up on the couch, and back and forth because we weren't comfortable. Last night, every time I woke up, I looked over to make sure that she didn't leave because I was so pissed at her. I'm like, dude, if you got off this bed and went to go sleep on the couch or on another fucking mattress, and I'm sitting there laying on this freaking brick, whatever the hell it is, I was like really pissed. But no, she was there. She was a trooper. And then when she woke up this morning, we were talking, and she looked at me, and I looked at her, and I said, yeah, she's like, yeah, we're going to need some adjustment or getting used to. So here we are again. I thought we fixed our sleep problems, but it didn't happen. And I guess it's as you get older, we used to like plush type beds, but now the firmer the bed's better for us. But this is like ultra firm, blah, 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 blah. And anyway, so I'm wrecked right now, and I got to go service pools. Oh, God, I'm terrible.
So I want to ask, have you guys heard of the Texas king size bed?
No. Is it like crazy?
Okay. Edgar, you got to look up dude, it's like, you could have your whole family and your cats and your dogs, and like you'd literally have to crawl across the bed to get to the middle of the bed. I'd check it out.
I don't know what king bed we have, but we have not just the regular size king bed. We got some other king thing that we're always having to buy special sheets for and stuff like that. But it's one of those where even when the kids were little, we would fit like 5 of us in that king bed. And it's a beauty because it's like you have your own side of the bed and you're in your own little island.
Right.
No knee in your rib cage while you're trying to sleep.
So guys, before we continue here, I need to jump on here, and I need to give a great good morning to everybody that's listening live. Mr. Corey Wax, first of all, congratulations to you, my friend. Thanks for coming out to the nominations. It was great having you out here. Maria, good morning. Jeanette, good morning. It was great seeing you. Oh, by the way, Jeanette, you left your sweater at the nomination event, so we picked that up. So I have that. See, guys, how we figure out that I could have sent her a text, but I got to throw it on the podcast that she left her sweater. So we have that for you, Jeanette. Maria from Ensenada Pools, big shout out there. Mr. Michael, first response, congratulations to you out there as well. Lindsay Brown, Oasis Pool Management, I am super excited about your nominations. Congratulations, 2 years in a row being nominated. That is awesome. Margaret, big, huge shout out. Good morning to you out there. We need to connect after I jump off this podcast and get you some information. Mr. Matt Mann, good morning. Big shout out to you out there. Thanks for all you guys listening live this morning. It's great to be back. It was a little bit weird because one week Zac was gone, then the other week John was gone. And it feels like we haven't done a podcast together like this in like 3 months?
It's been a while.
You sound good, though.
Yeah, it feels like it.
It's been a while.
You sound good.
What's that?
Yeah, you are.
I feel
I'm ready to go, baby. I got to, I'm just ready to go. So this event, we put the event behind us. We're now focusing on opening the voting on September 1st. And by the way, Zac, I got to go take all the tables and chairs back today. So I'm just pumped today and ready to go. I think it's the energy when I get both of you on the podcast. We just fire up and let's go. All right, guys, today, well, let's get the housekeeping notes out of the way. So for everybody out there that wants to have any questions answered, go to poolnation.com. There is a button at the top that says submit questions. Press that button and submit your questions, and we will go ahead and answer those for you. Today's shout out goes to all the amazing nominees for 2022 for the Pool Nation Awards. John, Zac, I was super excited because Pool Guy, Pool Grow of the Year. Last year we had 2-3 entries. This year we had 7, 8. Super excited. A lot more products out there. So everybody was getting out there and nominating. The Pool Wrap, there's just tons of them. Sales Rep, they're all out there. We're going to talk about those today. So super excited. Let's jump in and start talking about these Pool Nation Awards because it was a really cool event. Zac, I'm going to ask you first and get your thoughts on what you thought about the nomination event.
I thought it was amazing, honestly. And you never cease to amaze me with your event pulling off capabilities because it just turned out beautiful. White tablecloth, flowers. Everyone was super excited to be there and just network and get together and good food. It was a really good time and it was a really beautiful facility that it was held in. I mean, you can't even explain it. I'm trying to tell Leslie about this place and words can't explain it, but it was a really good time.
Yeah, John, their facility is like people were talking about it like everybody had office envy because everything at that building you can tell was thoroughly thought out before the building was built and what every space was going to accomplish or the need of it. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. John, we obviously missed you there. And I tell you, it was a great event, but there's always a spark. There's always something missing when we're not all three together. And so I know you were mad at me because when I called you, you're like, oh, now you decided to call me. And I don't know what it was, like 11, 12 o'clock our time when I was driving home. And John's all, you sit there and, oh, now you want to call me. And I blew up your phone and you didn't answer and blah, 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 blah. And Zac was able to call me. Zac went to the bathroom and called me. And I went, whoa, 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 wait up a second. I go, where did Zac call you from? And he's like, he found a place and went into the bathroom. And Zac, I was telling him because they don't have great cell reception there. So unless you're connected to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I was like, bullshit. I'm like, Zac called me from the bathroom, dude. I was like, dude.
And John was like, bullshit. He called me from the bathroom. And I'm like, wait, from where?
By the way, I could admit that the acoustics are very good there too in the bathroom over at the Heritage headquarters. So the facility is well-rounded. Even the acoustics are on point. They've thought that out.
So Zac, let me ask you this. Why out of all the places in that building, why? Like to the right of the room, there's this big, huge conference room that you could have walked into that nobody was in and you decided to go to the bathroom. Like why the bathroom, Zac?
He said, he's all, I think Edgar's about to call me, so I'm going to run to the bathroom so he can't find me. I think that's what it was.
For 2 reasons, but...
I hope it was for reason number 1.
What scares me is that he went into the bathroom and thought about you, John. That's the scary part.
Well, John had called real right after, and it was just going nuts in there. Everyone's talking, pictures are going on, and so a little while later, I was like, shit, I need to call you back. And so I boogied out of there.
But why the bathroom? What I'm trying to figure out is out of all the places in that place, why the bathroom?
Because I had to go to the bathroom.
But while you're in the bathroom, you just decide, okay, this is a good idea to call John from the bathroom. And then the scary part, John, is he told you I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, now that I'm thinking of it, it is kind of weird.
It's totally weird, Zac. Is what I'm saying.
It's called getting shit done. I'm a multitasker, so
no pun intended.
Right.
Anyways, so John, what was that call like? What did he tell you? What was he?
Oh, dude, he was super stoked, and I was me pretty much doing all the conversation. Look, it was bittersweet for me. I have to admit because I really wished I was there. But you guys knocked it out the park, and it seemed like everybody was having a great time. And it was funny. We're sitting there. I'm at the house, and we have the live going on. it was like, I was literally the saying where you live vicariously through someone else's eyes. I was literally right there. And when I was hearing jokes or I was hearing you say stuff and I'm like saying it out loud, like as if I'm there or I'm trying to communicate, and it's like, shit, I'm not, and I want to say this and I want to do this, or I want to jump and hit the mic, say this and say that. And it was just, it was weird, but it was just perfect. I think you guys knocked it out the park. Seemed like everybody had a great time. I loved watching it. We had tons of viewers on there, nothing but positive support, which was great. And I'm just excited to see how excited everybody is getting over this. And our whole purpose about this is to salute and to recognize all the hardworking pool guys and pool girls out there in the industry, not so much the way it's been in the past, and just having some of the head honchos from some of the bigger companies out there in attendance, calling out the names of the pool guys and pool girls. It was just awesome. It was really cool. And I'm looking forward to doing the awards in Vegas. And that was it. I was literally on the phone with Zac saying, hey, dude, home run. You guys nailed it. Knocked it out the park. You did an amazing job. It was just me jibber jabbing and talking. And then I think at the end I said, where the fuck is Edgar? You know what I mean? Why isn't he answering his phone? I think I said, why isn't he answering his phone? And he's all, I don't know. And I go, I think he blocked me. I'm just kidding.
Well, here's the funny thing, John. I never leave my phone anywhere. And literally, like towards the end of the night, I go to my back pocket and my phone's not there. And I'm like, oh, crap. And I did not even know where I left my phone for a couple hours. Because I was so into it and stuff like that. And I literally got my phone as we were getting ready to leave. And the live, when we finished the live, we hit end live and it was just sitting there on Instagram, just waiting for the video to be saved. And I panicked. I thought, oh my God, I waited so long that when I go to save it, it's not going to save, because I hit the button and then the screen went down, like the box for the text went down, and I freaked out. I went into total panic mode that I had lost it. And luckily I swipe back up and it came back up, and I'm like, oh, and I was able to just hit there and save it. But it was a great event. We really enjoyed. I think the cool part of it, Zac, is we talk about, having a community and doing all that. And I think what's happening is our community is changing from the community. And really what we're doing is we're building friendships, because it really felt like with a lot of people that were there, even though they are the people from the companies, but even the pool pros that were there, like Jay, Chad, Jeanette, some of the pool pros that were there, it was like they show up and it was like, oh, here's my boys. Oh, here's my girl. It was just a total different vibe. You have people that you haven't met, but you have a lot of people that you do know. So it was great. Let me give everybody a little bit of a backstory. So originally we were going to do the awards over at Studio A. And so we had all that figured out. And then I got a message from Mac McDermott, which is the president of Heritage Pool Group. And he reached out and he offered for us to have the event over at their headquarters. And typical me, I'm like, okay, let's go take a look at the space. Let's make sure it fits the theme that we want, what we want to do and stuff like that. And he set me up with some of the team there. And I went out to take a look at the space, and their space. First of all, their building is just absolutely gorgeous. And like I was talking about it, other companies were there and they were just like, we have office envy. Like this place is just amazing. It's modern. It's great. It looks really good. And so when I go there, John, the first room that they showed me is this, it's like a U-shaped square, and it's like stadium. So it goes up in levels, and then there's a counter in front of everybody. And then there's 100 executive chairs. So it looks like you're at a NASA headquarters. That's how they're commanding and so there's a podium at the bottom. There's 2 screens that come down from each side, and it's all set up to the mic. And the room is just gorgeous. And I'm like, oh my God, this would be great. But obviously for the event, we wanted round tables and stuff like that, so that wouldn't fit. So they're like, oh, we have some other space. So then they take us in, and they have training rooms, John. And these training rooms, you feel like you're in a hotel training room. Like it's got an air wall, it's carpeted, it's just, and then the same thing. I was like, doesn't have the Studio A would probably give that little bit more nicer feel to it. And so then they're like, okay, well, let's take you upstairs and maybe we can show you our executive boardroom. Dude, they took me up in the elevator, and they've got this boardroom, John, and it's all glass windows facing out. And it's got this executive table that fits 24 people with executive chairs, TVs built in. I mean, this thing was just gorgeous. And I'm thinking, in my mind, man, would this work? Because this is just too gorgeous. And I'm like, no, we want the rounds. And so I started to bum out. I'm like, man, I really wanted to do it here. And so then they're like, well, we have one more room that we could show you. And Lorna was, let's go take a look at it. We go downstairs, John, and they have this room, which is where we held it. And you look at that room and look at how cool it is. That's where the employees hang out. They have lunch. They have these, Zac, those coffee machines, huh? This is like the coffee machines that I like, John. So if I'm wigging out about the coffee machine, it's legit. And they got fountain drinks, pool table, shuffle table. They've got all kinds of stuff. So they had that big, huge white backdrop. And I'm like, I start to picture it in my head, John. I'm like, oh, I could see the podium here on the carpet. And they were just like, Edgar, whatever you want. If you want us to move furniture. I mean, they were just so accommodating. And it was genuine, John.
That's awesome. It was meant to be.
I'm like, look, I really don't want you guys to go through too much of the trouble. And they're like, yeah, just whatever you want. We'll take care of it. Don't worry. We'll move this furniture. We'll set you guys up. We'll do all that. And it was like, boom, this is it. Like I could vision the podium. The awesome thing, John, they have this big, huge, like wooden podium. And it's almost a podium that you don't move because it's big. It's got the mic coming out. And it was in that NASA-like room. And they're like, oh, that one's difficult to move. But if you say that you want that one, we'll get the manpower and we'll move it. I mean, that's how they were just absolutely, absolutely amazing. Anyway, so we decided to do it there. We changed it out from Studio A.
That's awesome.
I just love everything about it, John. You walk into the lobby. It's modern. They have the Imagination Room, John, which is a room with just all their technology. So all their websites, all the stuff that they create when it comes to a digital, and it's got this big desk in the middle. It almost looks like the Apple counter in the middle, and they got the different devices in there. They've got computers, they have tablets, they have all that. And when the team goes in and they're working on stuff, you can go in there and you can like look at all the different devices and go through them. And that room is just for innovation. It's just for them to, I mean, it's just, John, everything is so well thought out in the process. The rooms, John, for their offices, and even that room has a digital display. And when the room's occupied, the lights turn red. And when it's vacant, they're green.
That's badass.
And you can use an app to open the door and use the space, and you can reserve it. I mean, John, this place is so well thought out that I was completely geeking out just on that part. John, how did Zac do on camera? Because he was freaking out a little bit.
Dude, Zac nailed it, man. You know, all I'm thinking about is at what point can are we going to get to the point where Zac gets over this? Oh my God, I don't want to get on the camera, or what am I going to say, or what am I going to do, or I'm going to screw it up. He wants it to go perfect. It's out of his comfort zone. But dude, every time you get up on a podium, or every time you go and do a presentation or you do something, you cannot tell, bro. And you absolutely killed it. And I thought it was very funny, and I knew it was going to happen. And when I go, I wonder who's going to leave who at the podium this year. And sure as shit, it was Zac left Edgar, because we know what happened at the last award, what you guys did to me up there. And I'm looking forward to getting back to you guys this year. But Zac, dude, killed it, brother. You were up there. You nailed it. You did what you needed to do. And you went back and you executed the plan, because we talked about leaving Edgar up there, and you did it perfectly. Thank you.
So you guys did talk about leaving me up there.
That was it. Yep.
That was it. Okay. And now it makes complete sense, John, because I'm not kidding you. As soon as Zac was done, he put the mic and he took off to the back of the room. I mean, the tablecloths and the magazines were just going because he was running so fast away from I mean, it was that bad, John.
Wow, dude. Wow.
He was all the way at the back. Like you would look, you see all the people, and there's Zac, like way at the end of the room, just back there.
Mic drop, and I'm out of there. I was acting as security, but I gotta. So you talk about my nerves, and yes, and for like a week straight, I was asking Edgar. He's like, "Well, we'll just get up there, and we'll say some stuff." And next day, okay, so what's the plan? Oh, we're just gonna get up there and say some stuff. And then finally it's Tuesday night, and I'm like, what's the plan? And he's like, oh, well, I'm like, no, like I need to know what we're doing. And so Tuesday night, and then you get in the room and there's a podium, and I'm like, oh man, oh. And then a little while later, there's a podium, cameras, microphones on boom. It looks like a press release. And I'm just like a big bright light. And I'm like, oh man, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I pulled it off. So
Margaret over here is saying Zac did a great job.
thank you. I appreciate it.
And it was easy. John, I tell Zac, don't worry about it. I'll set you up. All you got to do is let's make sure that we thank our sponsors, thank everybody that supported us and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's the easy part, right? Because it's like, he knows who they need to be. I'm not making him like wing it or do any of that. John, he had me up until like 3:00 in the morning, and he made me sit in my living room on the kitchen island on the chair. And he kept going, Edgar, now let's do this again. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Pool Nation nominations event. And I would like to thank, and he's like, no, that didn't sound right. Let's start over again. And then he would like get through, and then he'd be like, did I forget somebody? I forget, apologize anybody that I forgot. And I'm like, my head was like bobbing, and he wouldn't let me go until.
You know how you know that didn't happen?
Because there's no way you're up at 3:00 in the morning. Yeah.
Because you'll never see me at 3 a.m.
Exactly.
It was for
3
Zac,
a.m.
it was 3 a.m. It was really 9:30 at night, but for him, that's like 3:00 in the morning. So
There you go.
I do have to say it. I do have to apologize to Zac because he did this trip, John, and I didn't feed him once. Like, we didn't go out to eat anywhere once, huh, Zac?
I did. In the bathroom.
Did he really? Did he really?
Trust me, I knew about it. He told me on the phone. First thing he said is, he's a friggin' Edgar. Yeah, dude, he's like, he did. Sorry, Zac, and I'm like, dude, that's bullshit, bro. He's like, dude, I've been so hungry. And he takes me to Kroger to give me these little pre-made deli rolls that were like soggy, wet. He's like, I had nothing to eat, John.
He's like, oh, we'll do this and we'll go get some lunch. I'm starving. He says it for like 2 hours. Oh, I'm starving. And then we leave, and then we run some errands. He's like, here, pull into the Kroger right here. And then he walks me in and takes me over to the deli, and he says, okay, anything you want off the top row right here.
Not even a fresh sandwich, dude. Not even a fresh sandwich. It's the manager's special one from like a week ago. That was like $2.
I took him to the expired section.
Practically free.
I got the one that looks like a single wrap that they cut into like 4 little cylinders. They're like maybe ½ inch thick. And so that's all I ran on.
That's how crazy it was, John. We just went, go. Yeah, it was full throttle.
Oh, I'm sure. It was like full throttle the whole time.
Yeah.
And now, Zac, did you get to eat any of the food? Because it happened to me again. All of a sudden, the event was over. I looked up and all the catering was gone.
They're good. I didn't even see them move. It was just like they'd cleaned, gone, counter. It was just gone in the blink of an eye. And I didn't get to try any of the food. But I told you my plan. And John, I'm going to let you in on this. So next time we're going to bring Tupperware, and we're going to start the food line, and then we're going to have our dinner.
Oh, yeah. That's smart for sure.
For sure. Because that stuff looked good. Because it was like a build your own pasta station kind of thing. So they had different pastas. John, I know that's your dial in right there when we're talking pastas and sauces and all that. And then the crazy thing, so Jamie calls me and she goes, hey, I think we should do a toast, and I'm going to stop by and get some bottles of Prosecco and stuff like that. And I'm like, if you want to do that, like, we're all in, do what you got to do.
That's my jam. So
typical fashion, John, Jamie's like, okay, so there's 25 people there. So I should pick up 25 bottles, right?
Like, wow.
And I'm like, wow. I'm like, Jamie. So I'm like, Jamie, I don't drink. I haven't had a drink for a very long time, but that's a bottle per person. That means that you expect me to drink a bottle, Zac to drink a bottle. I don't think that's going to happen. Big, huge shout out to Jamie out there. We really appreciate that. So she did buy some bottles, but John, I think she bought like 5 of them.
Yeah.
5 to 25. That's a huge difference. Like, that's, so I don't know if we should be
with
concerned.
A bottle in their hand. That would have been funny as shit, dude. Everybody walking up to the podium with a bottle of champagne, right? Half.
So I'm a little concerned about Jamie and her drinking Prosecco. So Jamie, we might need to have a intervention with you and at least have a chat with you and get a better feel where you're at. So anyways, guys, let's do this. I want to jump into these nominations, but let's do this. Let's take a word from our sponsors really quick. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and jump in and announce all the nominees.
The Hyper Pole from Ultimate Pool Tools is a pool care pole designed by pool professionals for pool professionals, featuring precision-crafted carbon fiber and stainless steel construction. Go to ultimatepooltools.com or Instagram at Ultimate Pool Tools. Pool pros have specific needs when it comes to general liability insurance. The SPPA program has you covered. With 3 tailored and customizable general liability options, SPPA makes it easy for pool pros to feel secure. Find out more and get covered at thesppa.com. Now available, Pool Invoice. Pool Invoice is a pool billing software created specifically for the pool service and repair industry. It's developed for our industry and only our industry. Pool Invoice is built with recurring billing in mind. You can print, email, text invoices, or even send via WhatsApp. You can add reoccurring or yearly charges, accept credits, and set up autopay. You can even see when customers have seen the invoice. It even has a customer portal where they can log in and see, print, and pay invoices. It has all your customers' information on one page, so you don't need to search through hundreds of invoices looking for the one you need. Just go to the customer profile and it's all at your fingertips. Created specifically for the pool industry, Pool Invoice. Now available at poolinvoice.com. Blueray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blueray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blueray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at BlueRayXL.com.
Blueray all day.
AquaStar's new pipeline cartridge filters, available in 2 sizes, deliver top-notch hydraulic efficiency along with best-in-class filtration performance, approaching that of DE filters. Uniquely designed, open pleat spacing means 100% of the media square footage is usable. And these claims are backed by NSF test results. Designed with the pro's time and comfort in mind, the patented double locking system improves safety and ease of access, making filter cleaners faster than ever before. Available now. Ask your supplier for pipeline filters today. Pivot how you clean pools. Debris that makes it to the bottom always enters from the surface. Clean from the top with Ariel, a smart solar-powered pool skimming robot. She works around the clock skimming pesky and fine debris off the pool surface. Tell your customers about Ariel and earn big commission on every sale. With advanced solutions like Ariel, you'll spend less time at the pools you service, improve customer relations, and increase your bottom line. Plus, pool owners will enjoy a constantly swim-ready and healthy pool and lower energy bills. Visit pivotpoolproducts.com/dealers to see how much you can earn and for resources on how to get your customers to ditch the net for good.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Pool Nation Podcast. We're talking to John. We're talking to Zach. We are talking about the Pool Nation Awards and all the nominees. And what we want to do is we want to jump in and start reading all the nominees. John, I think I'm going to give you the mic since you weren't there the first night, and I'm going to let you start running the show. What do you think?
Sure. Running the show. Perfect. But before we start, though, I just want to make a comment real quick, Edgar, because I'm like mesmerized in how great you are now at DJing or whatever in your little radio voice and how your smooth transitions. 6 months ago or a year ago or even 2 years ago for sure, if this would have happened, you would have completely frozen. You know what I mean? You'll be like, but man, you ran with it.
I'm saying.
I'm telling you, dude, you got this down, brother. And then not only that, but that voice, your voice is like really, it's changed. And I don't know if it's puberty. You've gone down an octave or two, and you're smooth, brother. I don't know what it is, but
Janie over here is saying, I was just thinking that, John.
Right? I'm telling you, dude, you're just like, oh, yeah, baby. And we're going to bring it back.
And Jeanette, as I hear to adds, Kelly Clancy, big, huge shout out there. Kelly, big congratulations to your sister for being nominated for Pool Girl of the Year. We talked about it at the event, right, Zac? So I think we were talking to Todd, and we were talking about how at the Pool Nation Awards, the lights went out, right? The whole thing shut off and the whole room went dark and everybody stopped and got quiet. And here comes Zac freaking out to me in the hallway, just completely freaking out. And I'm like, it is what it is. John, if you remember the Instagram live that you were doing with Bob and that time it didn't work and you were like, all freaked out. You were like, oh my God, Edgar. And oh my God, and like freaked out. And I'm like, John, at that point, it was like, it is what it is. It's technology. We do stuff live, which is very different than recorded offline where you can correct things and you can do things. When it's live, it's live. And if something botches, it botches. And so it's funny because if you look at all of us, John, if you look at all of us, like stuff will go wrong and we're just like, we just roll with it. It's like, whatever. It's just part of the gig.
Okay, back to hosting. Now that you're telling me now I get to host, and apparently to you, I get to announce 4 different products, and that is taking over the podcast.
In my screen, they're all red. I'm not kidding.
No, really?
Zac, are they all green, red in yours?
They're all green on mine. I don't know what you're trying to do here.
So, without further ado, pool cleaner suction side, first category. And first nominee is the MX6 Elite. Second is Atlas from Zodiac or Polaris Atlas. Third is Hayward, the pool cleaner, or Pulvernugan, as we used to know it. And the fourth is the Pentair Rebel, the big Rebel, not the little guy.
The big Rebel. I do have to say, now that I'm thinking about this, because the one that presented this over at the awards was Clayton and Zac. Matt came, Clayton came, and Andrew came from Heritage. John, think like all 3 of them, Zac, their voices were like, good evening, everyone. And I'm like, I think they're setting us up because they want all these people on the podcast because their voices were just like complete radio kind of. I'm like, you need to be on the podcast and you need to be on the podcast and you need to be on the podcast. So anyway.
And well, things are coming clearer too, because I can see I saw some of the speakers up there that were making the nominations and some had difficulty doing or pronouncing. And looking at the script because we have a list of, though we're pretty clever, we don't have everything memorized. So we have a list of, these are the 4 products for suction side cleaner. And the first one is the MX6 Elite, and Edgar types in as MX6 ELETE, so Alete. If I were up there and I didn't know, it'd be like the MX6 Alete. So I can see how you set some people up for failure. So I want to apologize on behalf of Pool Nation to everybody that went up there and had a hard time naming out the names. Yeah, exactly. It was Edgar's fault. He did it on purpose. MX6 Alete.
We did have a couple of people that freaks out.
All right. So here we go.
I feel that bus. I feel that bus. That bus hurts so much. It must feel like how you slept last night. It must feel like that.
That's low, bro.
Next category, heat pump of the year. We have the Jandy Pro Series, JE Series, Hayward Heat Pro heat pump, Pentair Ultra Temp High Performance Pool heat pump, the AquaCal heat pump, Raypak heat pump, and Aqua Comfort XL Series.
A big shout out to all of you out there. The next category, pool company 250 pools or less, which, by the way, this was Brian Kerson's category. Did he not kill it or what, Zac?
Oh yeah. He had me rolling.
He's a character, man. I just love. And I did that on purpose.
And we never fail to hear a gummy bear always gets brought up every time Brian is at the podium. Whenever he goes, poor guy, every time he goes to speak or say anything, someone in the audience brings up gummy bear.
I thought he was going to get up and tell the story of Gummy Bear. I was praying that he would, but he didn't. He said that he would hold it for the Pool Nation Awards, so we'll have to have them do that up there. So anyways, Pool Company of the Year, 250 pools or less, Blue Desert Pools, Big Family Pools, First Response Pools, Round Rock Pool Pros, and Better Call Sal Pools. Congratulations to all you guys out there.
Next category is Best Value Automation. First is iAqualink IQ 904 bundle. Second is the Pentair Easy Touch Lite. And third is the Hayward Omni PL.
The next category is favorite net, and we have Piranha, and we have the Red Baron by Purity.
Okay, I just want you guys to know I have Brian over here messaging me going, I'm deleting all of your guys' contact information from my phone. We're done. Oh, Brian, you know that we love you, brother. I did go to Brian first because I knew I can count on Brian to get us off on the right foot with the right one. So, Brian, big shout out to you. Thanks for all your support, brother. We really appreciate it. So, even if that was the last time that you talked to us, let us tell you that we love you, brother.
You see what he did there, John? He put me up, and then he put Brian as the cleanup guy.
It's all coming together now.
Hey, just the same way that you picked up and ran to the back of the room, I got to set myself up too on there. Which, by the way, I just want you to know that on the drive home, I did have a conversation with Leanne, and Leanne was like, okay, for the Pool Nation Awards, you have got to tell Zac exactly what he needs to do and exactly where he needs to be so that he doesn't disappear on you. I'm like, yeah, good luck with that one. He's going to just bail and run.
Bro, I've been telling you, I got to know.
Next one, Distributor of the Year, PWP, SCP, Horner Express, and Heritage Pool Supply.
Next category is Best Residential Filter of the Year. First is Hayward Swim Clear. Second is the Jandy DE filter. Third is Pentair FNS. Fourth, Pipeline filter. And fifth is Waterway Crystal Water filter.
Next category is Salt System of the Year. We have Jandy True Clear, Pentair IntelliChlor, Hayward AquaRite, Power Clean Salt Chlorinator, Autopilot, and Chlorine Genie.
Favorite test kit. And favorite test kit was Mr. Corey Wax was the one that did that. And I don't know, I went back and watched the video. Corey, you totally killed it. Corey's one of those guys that you could put in front of a mic and boom, he's just going to kill it. He's going to deliver it out there.
Dude, Corey's badass, dude. Look, I've had the pleasure to speak to Corey a few times now, and I remember the conversation we had. I think I've told you about this, Edgar, when we were at the Western show, and we were outside, and I'm outside smoking a cigarette, doing whatever I'm doing, and chit-chatting, chopping it up with somebody, and I think Janie was there, and he came out, and he started talking, and we were just talking shop, shooting the shit, and he's very captivating, and his passion is very, I mean, you can feel the passion. I mean, you can tell when people bullshit.
Very clear.
And you can see if people are just talking script or talking points. And because I've listened and spoken to many people, and you start to get a little grasp of who's genuine, who's not, and who really cares about what they're saying. And when he talks, it's just like, wow, you feed off that energy. I'm like the same way too, because I won't open up my mouth unless I care about the subject or I want to talk about it or it means something, because I've come to the time in my life where I'm not going to BS or fluff or anything. And you know how I am. So when I heard Corey talk, and just the passion, it was just like I said, it was infectious. And I was like, wow. And when I got done talking to him, I was like, dude, that's badass. And when I walked in, I was all pumped up, ready to rock and roll. And I was just like, dude, we need more people like that in the industry. That's what you want. And those are the types of people that are going to help move us forward or get us to where we need to be. Dude, Corey, like I said, he's a badass dude.
Big shout out to you out there, buddy. All right. Favorite test kit, Taylor K2005 Complete Test Kit, Lamont Spin Touch, Color Q Lamont, Exact iDip, Pool Lab 1.0.
Variable speed pump, the VS Plus pump. Second is Hayward TriStar VS. And third is the Pentair IntelliFlow.
Next category, favorite vac system. We have the Hammerhead. We have Riptide vac system, Bottom Feeder, and the Vac Daddy.
Next category, Automation of the Year, Hayward OmniLogic, Smart Pool and Spa, Control Automation, the AquaLink RS, Pool and Spa Automation System, and the Pentair IntelliCenter Automation. I think somebody needs to we need more companies in this category, for the automation.
Well, there's not many more.
Yeah, there's not many more.
So I was just thinking when you said that, and we were talking about was it Brian that said something about the nets? I don't know. Someone said, but there's 50-50 chance of winning the nets,
Uh-huh.
and then you got the pumps. You only have just a couple. But I was thinking, well, eventually I can see like 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the road, they're going to be like 5 times winner of variable speed pump of the year. And people are going to get to
That are going to be some bragging rights, huh?
Yeah, you know what I mean? 4th time, 3rd time, 5th time, 10th time, or 4 years in a row, or that's cool. And it just goes to show stuff like that. It's not easy. Not just any manufacturer can create a pump. There's a lot of shit that has to go, that has to take place in order for you to get approved, and or the money and the capital behind creating a product like that. Yeah, it's usually going to be the bigger companies. But as the years go by, we have like AquaStar has a pump that's coming out too, and we'll see how that pump does, and maybe they'll be added to the category. But it's exciting. I mean, yeah, it's pretty exciting to see some. Yeah, it is pretty cool. So next category, anyways, is Heater of the Year. XI from Fluorija Jandy Pool and Spa Heater. Second is the Universal HC Series. Third is Pentair Master Temp. And the fourth is Raypak's new Avia heater.
Next category, we have Innovative Product of the Year. We have Spa Electric Light Retro R10, Cyclone Cartridge Cleaner. We have the Double Skimmer by Thursday Pools, Hayward Salt System. We have the Multi-Cyclone by Waterco, Poolside Tech, The Attendant, AquaStar Pipeline Filter, and the Raypak Avia.
By the way, that the first one in this category is a company based out of Australia, guys, that is now starting. They've started now in the East Coast. And John, we really need to look into this product because it's...
Is that the one where you don't have to run the light and it connects straight to it, right? Yeah. And you can replace any light.
Yep. I had a call with them recently and went through it. And so you can grab any existing light and you pull the light up into the deck, you cut the cable, you use that same wiring system and you wire it into the light, and it obviously comes with the plug, and then you seal it. And then that's for a 12 volt, and you can retrofit. So they have different sizes to be able to retrofit that light. And then if you have Zac, let's say it's an old 110 light, then there's a transformer that can go on the junction box and you can convert it into a 12 volt light. So I haven't gotten all the details on it. We had our first call. They were telling me about it, but I thought, oh my God, that's pretty awesome. And that could be a game changer because it solves a lot of headaches out there. So I'm really looking forward to watching some of the videos, John, because if you have a 110 light, John stepped out for just a second. So John, you can, if it's a 110 light, there's a transformer that you could put on the junction box, and then it converts the light into a 12 volt, and you don't have to rewire and pull out any of those. So especially for some of those pools, John, that are the older ones. I was in Anaheim, and a lot of the lights were old, where they had the conduit was really small, and then the cable would expand. And then it didn't matter how you were pulling, that sucker wasn't coming out of that conduit. It was a copper. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Or even worse, he had like the brass conduit.
Yep.
And then what they got lazy, and instead of putting fittings, they'll just take it and then just bend it, and they'll just bend it underground. It's like, there's no way on earth. I mean, lights are my nemesis. Lights are, I don't know, I've probably put in 1,000 lights. A lot of lights, and God, I love and I hate them, but man, they are a pain in the ass. And anything we can do to make it safer, most importantly, right? Because lights are dangerous in a pool if not installed correctly, or you don't have the right bonding, and it's pretty scary. But God, they're a pain in the ass to pull sometimes, and sometimes they're real easy, sometimes they're hard. So if we can do anything to make it any type of innovation that'll make that easier, will be awesome. And I think they're coming out with lights now too. I think even First Choice or some has a light out too, where now when you run the line at the end, it's a plug and it plugs into the new fixture. So now moving forward, as builders, or when they start putting these new construction and they run these lights and they have these types of cords in them, where now you just have to take off the fixture and then plug in the new fixture, and then it works that way, which is brilliant. And again, it just shows this technology has been around for decades, that we can do this kind of stuff, but how slow moving our industry is, that we're finally getting around to do shit like this. And even though we're slow, we finally get there, but it's cool to see stuff like that come to the market now, and there's options for us.
Yeah, that's the change that we need. We need that innovation back into our industry. We need these companies to just stop with the old routine and get into that creative and innovative mode and just keep carrying us forward. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we're too much into that. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And but it doesn't mean it can't be better. And it's like, no one's saying you have to reinvent it, but you can make it better and make it easier for people. Whatever.
And you can see who some of those people are. It's like every time I talk to Todd, I get excited because that's their company mentality. It's like we want to look at everything and we want to change the game. And those are the people that we need in the industry that are going to come in to change and be innovative, because then you know what it's going to do? It's going to put pressure on all the other ones to get out of that normal comfort zone.
It is. And we're starting to see things slowly happening, and where people are adjusting things and doing things that are better. And like, for instance, like you got to say with Hayward, a couple of things they've come out with the new salt cell that they have that works from 800 parts per million all the way up to God knows to Pacific Ocean levels. And then their new heater that they have, which is they redesigned this heater with strictly just for the pool guy and the pool girl. It was nothing for the customer. It is literally for the people and it's one thing for the builders, but it's another thing for the service techs or the people that are working on it, because how easy it is to work on it, how easy it is to plumb it in, and the things they've done, zero clearance. Those are the types of things that we want to see more of. Those are the types of things that make things easier for us. And I think slowly but surely, we're getting more and more innovation as the years go by, and it's really starting to ramp up, and it's turning into like a snowball effect. I think the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, we're going to have a lot more, especially now that we're starting to see a slowdown. When the pickings are good, or when it's easy pickings and life is good and everybody's fat and easy eating all they want, especially the last 2, 3, 4 years or whatever that we've had, it's easy to become complacent as a manufacturer and say, hey, shit, man, I can't even make enough product. What the hell am I even worried about doing anything else? I can't even get enough product out on the shelf and it's already flying out. Well, times are changing, and you start seeing some things. And like, it's funny. And again, I know I'm going off subject here, but
no, go ahead.
These are the types of things that I look at and I read, and I'm like, interesting. I get an email from Hayward, and Hayward has this new program called the Bounty Program. And it's like, okay, saying you swap out a competitor's product and I'll give you $50, or I think something in that nature. And I'm like, that's interesting. That's cool. I like it. But if you, as a company, right, if you had more orders than you ever needed, corporations, you don't give away your bottom line for nothing, because that's just pure profit. And then I got another email, funny, I think it was a week later, from Patio, and they're giving away $200 for every master temp heater you're putting in. And that's like, really? That's interesting, that how times have changed already and how quickly things, and they can see the writing on the wall because it's coming.
It's coming. I've been talking about it. It's coming.
Yeah, they're not stupid. They can that's what they do. And they figure this shit out, and they know, and they go, hey, look, the writing's on the wall, and saying, hey, look, we see a decrease. And it's simple. All you got to do is look at the housing market and how much it's slowed down. Well, when homes slow down, well, not as many people are buying new homes, not as many people are renovating new homes, not many new pool homeowners, because, every time a house sells and you got a new homeowner in there, right? It's like, okay, let's start all over with the pool. Pool needs renovation. You got all these inspections. Heater needs to get replaced. It needs to get replaced. Part of contingencies. I need a new heater. I need this. I need that. So all that shit plays a part on top of, hey, I'm building a new home, new construction, new pool, doing this, doing that. So when that starts to slow down, they're looking at it and going, hey, we see the writing on the wall, and we're going to get ahead of this right now, and we want to make sure that we're going to be one step ahead of the game. So we're going to see more and more of that, and it's just funny. It's just funny watching it happen. And then eventually you're going to start, all of a sudden you're going to start hearing more from your reps that you didn't hear from before. But that's what happens. And it's like, before it's like, oh, shit, everything's happened. All of a sudden now, hey, let's do this, or let's go and let's do this and do that and do this. So it's just funny. It's the cycle of life in the pool industry.
Lots of lunches coming up.
A lot of lunches are coming, barbecues and lunches, and hey, how you been? And
you just wait till January, and in January you're going to start getting bombarded with the new strategies of attacking all this.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, great stuff there, John. Best truck wrap: Blue Desert Pools, C&E Pristine, Big Family Pools. I think that's the second time I hear Big Family Pools, right? Pool Guardians. I thought this one was pretty cool. Pool Troopers, Lucky Duck, Dedicated Pool Service. So big, huge shout out to all those nominees. You got a big list, but
a big one here. I do. And this is, I don't think I'm going to mess up any of the names. A Builder of the Year. C&E Builders LLC, Endless Summer Pools, Johnson Pool and Spa, Texas Outdoor Oasis, Larry Watford, Liquid FX, Milo's Pools and Outdoors. Shout out to them. They're local to me out here in the Valley. Oasis Pools, OC Pools Landscape or Poolscape, I'm sorry. Paragon Pools LV, Radelli Design, and Element Pool Company.
I do have to say, guys, big, huge shout out over here. Kristen has jumped on. Congratulations on being nominated for Pool Girl of the Year. She did put her on her Facebook name. She's got her middle name. I wonder if we should throw that out there or not. You can't give us that ammo, Kristen. So big, huge shout out to you. I'm just messing with you. Congratulations.
Next category we have is the 30 under 40 Rookie of the Year in the females. We have Alyssa Gauthier of Serrano Construction. We have Lindsay Lawless from Hayward, and we have Billie Jean Parrish from Blue Desert Pools. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of them. I have the 30 under... Oh, go ahead, John. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, and the fourth one is Mama Flawless.
Megan, big, huge shout out to you. Thanks for coming out to the nominations. We love hanging out with you. Thanks for having our back over for the awards. A couple of things. I just saw Alyssa Gauthier on here. So big, huge congratulations to you being nominated for 30 under 40. She's my girl. She's from my island, boys. So big shout out to you out there. Congratulations. The interesting thing about the 30 under 40 this year, guys, is that what will happen is they will also go into the voting system. So what will happen this year is they will be on the website, and then people will go in and vote for their choice of the 30 under 40, and that's how the winner will be chosen. So big shout out to all of you guys out there. Get out there, vote September 1st, 30 under 40 for the men. I can't believe I gave myself this category. First of all, I'm going to apologize to everybody. Hey, it's cool, bro. I love you. What color coffin should we buy? John, you have screwed up royally, bro. You're done. You're dead. All right, so let me try this. Max Philho, Fort Pools. I know I botched that up. I apologize to you, brother. William Graham, Spa Electrics. Alexander Jacobs, United Aqua Group. I thought this one was really cool, John. Max Brown from the Pool Boys. Just to let you know, John, you have been canceled, my friend. On the messaging over here, they're telling us to just cancel John.
Right. I'm done. Right.
You're done.
Wow.
Right. I love it.
I'm forced to resign.
You are forced to resign.
Wow.
Get out, John. Oh, man, you're not going to sleep good today. I would sleep with one eye open tonight. You might get stabbed tonight. So,
right, I probably will.
Colton Frabasilio, Presidential Pools and Spas. Alex Dia, Peerless Pool Covers. I thought that one was cool, too. We met Alex at the Western Pool and Spa Show. Big, huge shout out to you out there. And Margaret over here is saying that she's just kidding, but you will get stabbed tonight. You better go to Tiffany's or something and make that one up tonight. So
sales rep of the year.
Zac, do you see how he's trying to move on? He went sales rep of the year.
Quick pivot to sales rep of the year. Brandon Han from Florida, Brian Cresson, our friend from Hayward, Jim Moran, Corey Wax from Alpha West, Mike Adams from Florida, Nick Johnson from Hayward, and David Gilbreth, Mr. Hassa Dave from Hassa, our friend.
Janie is saying he can take me to dinner. Girl, you got plenty of ammo. I would step that up. Forget about just dinner. I'm like, this is your wish list to be filled right now. We've got it on audio.
All right.
Cue Zac.
Yeah, cue Zac.
Cue Zac. Whenever you're ready, Zac.
I'm colorblind. Pool Guy of the Year. We have Dean Ouellette, Michael Kraus, Garrett Gonzalez, Josh Fletcher, Chris Melee, Dudley Adams, and Jan Acasio. Congratulations.
All right. Pool Girl of the Year. And I have to tell a little bit of a story on this one. And I have to thank a couple people that are listening for helping with this one, guys. So the way that we have the website set up is if somebody starts to submit a nomination, it obviously goes through the process of like auto saving some of the information just to try to capture as much as we can. So we did have one of the pool girls that somebody started to submit the nomination and then they didn't finish, but they were pretty far down. So I had the pictures, and this is the one, guys, that I sent you guys a picture, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she looks familiar. Who is this? And we were trying to figure out who it was. And then I started messaging a couple of the pool girls out there, and we're trying to figure out who this person is because I want to make sure that she gets nominated, and then was able to find her on Facebook, and she sent me a screenshot, and she goes, I think it's Amy. And so I reached out to Amy and I'm like, hey, Amy, through Facebook, Amy, it's Edgar with Pool Nation. And here's what's going on. And is this you? And she's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. And we sent the information. And I'm like, I was so excited to be able to get that. But what I thought that was very cool, guys, is that once I started sending the message out, everybody was all in. Like everybody was on this pool girl manhunt to try to find who this was. And I think that was one of the things that I was most excited about with getting all the nominations is that everybody was on it to try to find her.
Yeah, everybody came together and looked. But, I can't help and look at, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyways.
Mama, he's sorry.
I can't help to think how creepy that is that somebody's filling something out on our website and before they don't even get to hit submit and you're saving and watching them and you're able to get that information.
It's called autosave.
Is that
it's called autosave.
It's in the terms and conditions, right? Anything you do. I mean,
John's like, it's all creepy. It's called autosave.
I'm seriously thinking like, holy shit, man. Every time I'm on a website and I'm doing something before I hit, I'm not going to type anything in, right? Unless I'm 100% sure, because otherwise it's going to be forever saved in the interwebs or in the internet. That was kind of weird. But no, that's so cool that we were able to do that and we got that info. And it just, that was badass.
Absolutely. All right. Last category for today, Pool Girl of the Year, Kristen Clancy. Congratulations. Lindsay Brown. Big congratulations. Shia Pulte, Amber Blaustein, Michelle, and I'm trying to remember. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Shell's Pool Service. That's very cool. Big shout out to you out there, Shells. And Amy Bailey. Big congratulations to all the pool girls out there. The one thing that I love, guys, is that even on the pool guy and the pool girl, last year we had 2-3 nominees. This year we were up to like 7 and 8 for everybody out there. So I want to congratulate everybody that's been nominated. I am super, super excited about the awards, and voting is going to open September 1st. So we'll be updating all that. And what we'll be doing is we'll be reaching out to some of the people out there. Well, not some of the people. We'll be reaching out to everybody. And we'll be sending you some posts in case you guys want to post those and share those and get those voting and get those out to your peeps and your fellow pool pros so they'll get out and vote for you. Zac, John, this is normally where we would say, let's take a word from our sponsors, but I have a feeling that our button is still not working. So we will skip that. We'll edit it into the podcast.
The Hyper Pole from Ultimate Pool Tools is a pool care pole designed by pool professionals for pool professionals, featuring precision-crafted carbon fiber and stainless steel construction. Go to ultimatepooltools.com or Instagram at Ultimate Pool Tools. Pool pros have specific needs when it comes to general liability insurance. The SPPA program has you covered. With 3 tailored and customizable general liability options, SPPA makes it easy for pool pros to feel secure. Find out more and get covered at thesppa.com. Now available, Pool Invoice is a pool billing software created specifically for the pool service and repair industry. It's developed for our industry and only our industry. Pool Invoice is built with recurring billing in mind. You can print, email, text invoices, or even send via WhatsApp. You can add reoccurring or yearly charges, accept credits, and set up autopay. You can even see when customers have seen the invoice. It even has a customer portal where they can log in and see, print, and pay invoices. It has all your customers' information on one page, so you don't need to search through hundreds of invoices looking for the one you need. Just go to the customer profile and it's all at your fingertips. Created specifically for the pool industry, Pool Invoice. Now available at poolinvoice.com. Blueray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blueray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blueray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at BlueRayXL.com.
Blueray all day.
AquaStar's new pipeline cartridge filters, available in 2 sizes, deliver top-notch hydraulic efficiency along with best-in-class filtration performance, approaching that of DE filters. Uniquely designed, open pleat spacing means 100% of the media square footage is usable. And these claims are backed by NSF test results. Designed with the pro's time and comfort in mind, the patented double locking system improves safety and ease of access, making filter cleaners faster than ever before. Available now. Ask your supplier for pipeline filters today. Pivot how you clean pools. Debris that makes it to the bottom always enters from the surface. Clean from the top with Ariel, a smart solar-powered pool skimming robot. She works around the clock skimming pesky and fine debris off the pool surface. Tell your customers about Ariel and earn big commission on every sale. With advanced solutions like Ariel, you'll spend less time at the pools you service, improve customer relations, and increase your bottom line. Plus, pool owners will enjoy a constantly swim-ready and healthy pool and lower energy bills. Visit pivotpoolproducts.com/dealers to see how much you can earn and for resources on how to get your customers to ditch the net for good.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Pool Nation Awards, the Pool Nation Podcast. Look at that. I even botched that for you, Kevin.
Downhill.
Somebody's asking out here, how long are the polls open? So it will be September 1st to October 15th. And so people will have 6 weeks out there to get out there and vote. We will be announcing it. We'll be yelling from every top roof once they open. We'll be sending out a whole bunch of posts. I think people will be like, oh my God, what's all these posts about? So you're going to know that the polls are open. So make sure that you get out there and tell your fellow pool pros to get out there and vote. John, I'm just going to jump into some final thoughts here with you.
Oh, I'm first? Wow, you really screwed it up. You want? Okay. No, I'm just kidding. So look, I had a great time, actually. This was not that I don't usually have a great time, but this was fun. Just kind of chopping up, shooting shit. And I'm finally awake now. And I actually have some energy in them. And when we first started, I was like dragging, talking. But right now I'm all pumped up and ready to go and listening to all these names and just flashback to last year's awards and just thinking how great this year is going to be and how fun. And we're going to be in Vegas, which might be a little dangerous too. Texas is a little bit more conservative. You don't have as much craziness going on like we do in Vegas, but I'm sure it's going to be one hell of a show and one hell of a awards night for us, and I'm just excited. I want to remind everybody, those of you that are going to be that are involved, and those of you that want to partake, make sure you get on and get your tickets. Make sure you get them because seats are definitely limited. And last year we sold out, and we had a line of people outside trying to get in. It was pretty crazy. And then dress to impress. All right, we need to talk about that. This is a black tie event. This is not. We're not going to. You can wear Crocs as long as they're fancy Crocs, like I did. But they need to be accompanied by a suit. It's going to be a great event, and can't wait to see everybody there, looking at all the names. And I just like seeing how the list is growing, right? More people are becoming that are participating in, and more people are hungry to get their nominations out there and and to recognize some of the unsung heroes that we have in the pool industry that are out there grinding and doing everything every single day, supporting their family and contributing to this wonderful industry we're all a part of. And now they're finally getting their name out there and getting recognized. And I can't wait to meet everybody and look forward to seeing everybody come November. So that's it for me. I'm happy. I got to get to work.
Absolutely. So attendance is available when you register for the PSP Deck Expo. A simple checkbox at the attendee registration. We need to get, I think we're going to have the Pool Nation code again. So Megan, I will reach out to you after this.
Yeah.
But guys, in order to attend the event, and by the way, I'm going to be very clear about this so that people aren't, so this is a paid event. I mean, we're going all out. We'll tell you how many people we're going to try to get to this event, but you do have to get tickets in advance. Zac is freaking out. You do have to register. And in order to register and get tickets, you have to go through that code. So we are going to have a code like last year where if you use the Pool Nation code, it allows you to get in for free to the expo. And I believe last year, we'll have to verify for this year. Last year, if you didn't have that code, it was $60, I think, to get into the show for the 3 days. So if you use the code that we're going to give you, it gives you a free pass to that part. But you will still need to register and you'll still need to get tickets in order to be able to get into the Pool Nation Awards. And like John said, it is a suit and tie event. Women cocktail dresses, men in suits.
Yeah, don't think you're going to be able to walk in and, hey, you want to, it ain't going to work that way.
Yep. Zac, final thoughts?
And Mama will be at the door, or she was last year.
Oh, dude, she was badass last year, wasn't she? Dude, she was holding people down. She was all looking gorgeous in her red dress, and she was literally, sorry, you can't.
But at the same time, it was like, It was like, but I don't think I could do that to Janie this year. Yeah, I don't think I could do that to her. I think...
No, we're gonna have security, I think, this year.
Yeah, we're going all out, dude.
Love it.
First response, getting my suit dry cleaned this week. Yeah, baby.
Nice. Final thoughts for me. What a great event. What a fun. My favorite part of it, I think, will always remain the networking and just getting a group of people of all different levels, all different roles, all different backgrounds, everything together in one room. And just having great conversations and being there together for a common cause. There's nothing cooler than that. I had a really good time. And then I know we talked about the facility and heritage, but we didn't touch on the culture too much. And one thing there that is just super apparent is they have amazing company culture. And from the minute we walked in the building, this place is nice. I thought I should take my shoes off. I wasn't sure or not because I didn't want to track anything in there. But it was just super kind and super helpful and super just proactive and let's do this. Can we do this? What about this? How can we do that? How can we help? Hey, let's move this. And they were even putting forth ideas. Hey, what if we move some of this over here? And it was just super fun to see that and be a part of it. My mind the whole time is like, how can I bring some of this back into the pool boys? What notes can I take here? Super fun event. And then just seconding what you guys said, make sure you guys get signed up for the awards because it's going to be a good one this year.
Absolutely. And we will talk about heritage because they're doing some amazing things and they're gonna do some awesome things. I want to leave that, Zac, for a separate podcast because I don't want that message to get, lost into this podcast. But John, they're going to be making some waves and I am super excited about it. Everybody at that company they're all on the same page. It's a culture. Everybody is completely helpful. And you can tell it's all the way from the top, all the way from the bottom, right? And to do that into a company culture, that's not easy. Look, I worked in hotels for years, and every time there was a new GM that would come in or a new company would buy that hotel, it was the same thing. They wanted to change the culture. They wanted to do all this. And that was in a small hotel. And it takes years and years to be able to change a culture and be able to change people. So I'm super excited to see that they're coming into the industry and they're at the level that they are at. So I am going to say over here, Janie is on the chat. I will not do that to you. I will not put you at the door, even though you're the badass that we need at the door because you'll put everybody in check. Mr. Brian Kerson, it was fun, gentlemen. Thanks, Edwin. He keeps calling me Edwin now. Big shout out to you. And then Kelly, I need you to get your radio voice and your interviewing sharpened because she is going to be the one that's going to be out there doing our interviews as people come in. So Big, huge shout out to all you guys. Zac, John, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We will catch everybody on Wednesday on the Instagram Live. Have a great one, boys.
See ya.
Bye.
Edwin.
Thanks for listening to the Pool Nation Podcast, a member of the Pool Nation family. You can listen to us live every Friday here at 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. You can find us at Pool Nation or PoolNationPodcast.com, on Facebook, or on Instagram at Pool.Nation. And to find more info about Pool Invoice, the billing software built specifically for the pool industry, go to PoolInvoice.com. Before you go, this is what the pool industry has been waiting for. PoolManUniversity.com. It's the first platform dedicated to learning the swimming pool service and repair industry. A pool service community where you can connect and find videos on business, service, water chemistry, and repairs. See you there at PoolManUniversity.com.